Who's ready for a few money-saving tips? Back in a minute. Hey, I'm Jana from New York City, and I love, love, love helping people keep some more of their own heart, earn money. But before we begin the money saving tips, I want to thank Dawn from the Centsible Living with Money Mom channel for inviting me to collab with her. When you're finished with this video, go right away to the link that I'm going to hook up below in the description. As I call them, I'm going to get my teacher glasses to help me out. By the way, I used to be a school teacher, taught grades 3 and grade 6. Back in the day. Just saying, just saying. So nice of you to stop by. Thank you so much. All right. Here's one of my favorite quick tips, and I do believe in it. Cook once, feed more than once. If you're going to go through the trouble of cooking, you might as well make sure that you have enough for leftovers, or I commonly call them do-overs. I like do-over meals. It makes my life easier and it makes my budget stretch that much faster. Go accordingly to the size of your family to see which works as far as portions and stuff like that. Next, consider making a breakfast casserole. I'm going to stick a video with the recipe in the description below to do just that. Perfect for when you have company or you just want to have a leisurely breakfast with your immediate family on a weekend, for example. Just a nice thing where you could just put the whole thing together, put it in the oven, and everyone gets to sit down and enjoy. Nice, delicious, and easy peasy. And affordable too. I love all that. Next, here's something that I do. I like to shop either every 10 to 14 days out of the month. And some months I even go so far as shopping once a month for groceries. I find that this is a great way to stretch the budget, less time shopping, putting it all together. It's just more of an efficient thing for me to do. And at times I also feel it is a money saver. And for those who rely on driving, less driving to the grocery store, you see where I'm going to. Less gas used, etc., etc. So that's an easy, quick tip. Next, take advantage if you like this kind of food. Don't do it if you don't care for it. But use up filler foods like rice, pasta noodles, for example, beans, things of that nature, or potatoes. This kind of food makes a great major part of the meal. Use the meat or the protein as a condiment, almost sort of just a little bit of a complement to the meal. This will reduce your need for using so much meat, and you're still satisfying your hunger, so to speak. Next, take advantage of free entertainment as much as possible, especially now that the warmer weather is here. Maybe some outdoor concerts are in your neighborhood, things of that nature. Take a walk, a nature walk, or enjoy your free museums, the ones that you just need to put a little donation in. Work it that way, and it's an amazing thing to do, and you'll be outside and you'll be entertained. There you go. Next, when you go to the thrift store, don't forget to check for loose buttons, loose a zipper that might be stuck, some imperfections that might be there before you pay, because you don't want to pay for something and go home and it's like, oh no. Find out first if it's something that you could fix and you're okay with it. Mention it as you pay for it. Maybe you'll get a little discount. Just saying, just saying. Can't guarantee that, but it's worth a try. But make sure you inspect the stuff before you bring it home. Next, my suggestion, avoid credit card use. If you know already you can't afford to pay for the item. If you can't afford to pay for something, always live below your means. That's number one. Always live below your means. And if you plan to use your credit card, be sure that you can pay that off like right away. Because as I always emphasize, a credit card is a short-term loan. Speaking of credit cards, get used to some credit card terminology. The information is out there. If there are some things you're not sure about how to use a credit card, look it up. Feel comfortable. A lot of times people make mistakes, not because they really want to make a mistake. It's just a mistake. It's just that, because they're just not familiar with terminology, like how the interest works, et cetera, et cetera. Learn how you could avoid problems in the future, if at all. And never forget that spare change is actually cash. Yes, change is money. Believe it or not, change is money. A fun thing that I like to do is get 4 separate change jars. For example, one just for quarters, one just for dimes, one just for nickels, and one just for pennies. And if you have any change, it's already divided up. You just label it. It's already divided up, and then you can roll them up and take them to your local bank. I think sometimes we just forget that, change is actual money. Just saying, just saying. Oh boy, I thought I had an extra tip. The most important tip of all is to live a frugal lifestyle at any time. It doesn't really matter what year, and it doesn't really matter what is going on around you. Keep a stockpile of food or for groceries. Anyone could start a stockpile on the cheap. A person viewing this video right now could walk to their active pantry, even if they didn't start a stockpile, and begin an official stockpile with some canned goods or a box soup or something. Put it away and make it official. It doesn't have to be fancy. You could get started with the box. And I have many videos about that topic, not to mention all the other great video content creators that have so much of this information. Dawn, I'd like to thank you again for having me, and it's been my pleasure to be here. Hope you guys come back in the future. Take good care and have an amazing, fantastic day. But usually I close out with something like this to remind everybody that we can do it. Hang on. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care of yourself and your family.